guys, welcome back to Media One International. So today we have a very amazing episode lined up for you. We're going to talk about leadership. And to be precise, we're going to talk about university students' leadership. So I'll be your host, Basirik Naya. Stay tuned.
And I'll be your co-host, Nephilis. And with us is he's an outgoing researcher and an actuary, and he's going to introduce himself. So welcome our guest.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Dennis Macau. I've served as chairperson of Vigator University Student Organization at USA. I'm also serving Secretary General of Macquarie University and College Student Organization. I've served as a board member of different charitable and non-governmental organizations. So in short, I've served in many leadership capacity, of which to mention but a few. Yeah.
So before we go to precision, I have this question for you. What do you define as leadership? Because everyone has a different definition of leadership. We'll definitely want to know what is your definition of leadership in general.
Okay, my definition of leadership, what I think, leadership is a platform to inspire others, make them grow, make them believe in their dreams, uplift them when they are low. Yeah.
So on that note, I had to ask, are you a good leader?
Of course I am.
Why do you think you're a good leader?
The reason why I think I'm a good leader, the traits of a good leader, of which I think I am, mentioned are a few, because nobody is perfect. I think communication, I like passing communication to the people I lead, constant communication, empathy, honesty, integrity. Yeah, I think I possess those traits.
Okay, I was reading somewhere that we have different leadership styles. And this leadership style comes in when you connect your personal life or who you are as a person and leadership. Maybe you communicate, that makes a good leader, maybe you're a natural born leader. So what do you think is your personal leadership style?
Charismatic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey? Okay, sorry.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice to find someone who's charismatic.
Yeah.
So obviously you had that first leadership role that maybe you were selected by a teacher or a parent and you're like, oh, you saw me this way. So which one was it for you?
I was a class monitor from class 4 to 8.
Yeah.
Then also in high school I served as a class prefect, later dorm captain, then later the school president.
So all your life it has been just wins of being a leader somewhere.
I think I've served in leadership since I was young.
When is that one day that you notice I can do this, I'm a leader, I can put myself in front of others and lead them? When was that incident, that one moment?
It was not me, but a teacher spotted me. You know those class responsibilities when you're in primary school, usually more about the teachers, not me. So from there, when he spotted me from the crowd, from the class, then I realized I possess some special abilities. Yeah.
Okay. There are very many scenarios where you get someone has started something and they stop doing it after some time, mainly because of personal reasons or societal conditioning. Like you get people throwing stones at you once you get. So what inspires you to wake up every single morning and choose to be a leader?
Let me think. Because, for me, I like positivity. That's something I possess as a leader. Despite all the negativity I go through, because other leaders also go through negativity, I believe there's something good that will happen. I believe there's possibility of getting what you want, but when I don't get it, I just accept. Yeah. Okay,
dear viewer, you can actually hear that. He's saying when life gives you lemons, you squeeze them to lemonade and enjoy. So do you have any personal goals right now? The fact that you're an outgoing chair, you also have like bigger goals for yourself. Which one are they?
Okay. Beginning of this year, I defined my goal for this year, and I said I would like to stop politics just for this year only, and focus on my personal growth because I'm a career man. I do actuarial science, so I want to focus more on career. think I focused more on politics than actuarial, but that does not mean I failed in class. In fact, I passed well. But I would like to focus more and grow as an actuary. Then later, after settling down, having a family, having a stable job, then later I can join politics.
Career and family. Okay.
Yeah.
So, tell us something small about the students' leadership structure in, for example, Egerton University, the school that you're attending.
Okay, maybe I can define the university structure and show you where the student leadership fits in. Then from there, you define the student leadership structure.
Sure.
Okay, from the university structure, you usually have the chancellor. From the chancellor, we have the chairman of council together with his members. Then from there, we have the vice chancellor. From the vice chancellor, we have the university management board, which is constituted by the DVC, the VC, the registrars, the librarian, I think so, and the principal of Constituent College. Then from the university management board, we have the university senate, where two student leaders, two student reps sit in senate. That is the chairperson and the director academics from EUSA. Then from the university senate, now we come to the faculty boards forums, or faculty board forums, where we have the dean, where the dean chairs them, and they discuss faculty affairs. Now come to student leadership structure. From the student leadership structure, we have the SGC, the Student Governing Council, that is made up by the chair, the vice chair, the treasurer, the directors, whether it depends with the university. But for Egerton, we have 4 directors. Director Academics, Welfare, Gender and Co-curricular Activities. Then from there, we have the EUSA Parliament, which is constituted by the congresses. The congresses from the faculties and the congresses from us. They constitute the EUSA Parliament. Then from the EUSA Parliament, we have the class rep body, where we have the class reps. Then from the class rep, then narrow down to the students.
Does this, is this structure the same with other universities, or is it the same, varying from different campuses and tertiary institutions?
It's different because, you know, for Egerton University, we have only 2 campuses. You can't compare Egerton to a university like University of Nairobi, where they have so many campuses. Because for those campuses, they have each campus have its own leadership. Then the governors form something, maybe a council. Then they have now the president at the top, the deputy. But each campus has its own leadership.
Has its own structure.
Okay. That's nice.
I've learned a lot about student leadership. If you really asked me a few days ago or just a few minutes before now, I would have really not told you those. I would have just gone from the chancellor to the vice chancellor and then to the, I don't know.
I like the hierarchy that he really puts. From the chancellor to commoners, like the comrades. That's so nice.
So as an outgoing chairperson from the Egerton University Student Association, what role did you play in the administration?
Okay, what role I play? You know, I'm a messenger. I represent the student aspirations and interests to the committees I sit. The University Senate, we have the University Welfare Committee, we have the University Students Welfare Committee, and many other committees which are formed by the Senate, special interest committees formed by the Senate. So I represent the aspirations there. And sometimes if there is a pressing issue, I always meet the Vice Chancellor or the relevant Deputy Vice Chancellor and tell him what we think and what should be done. Then, you know, a decision usually made when it's subject to the Senate or maybe the Special Interest Committee. But making him aware, maybe if we have no Senate meeting that week, they can call a Senate meeting and maybe discuss the issue.
Now that you're talking about the role you played in the administration, we still have this student part that is not catered for. We've heard from news, from our social media, from every point of news that students face a lot. Sometimes you get students committing suicide, students using drugs, students. So what kind of crimes did you encounter during your term? And how did you navigate through them?
Okay, to mention that, with leadership, one thing I've learned with leadership, and especially university student leadership, there is the reality and there is what the students want.
Yeah, sure.
There is the university policies, which somehow they cannot be bent, and there is what students want. You find a student caught up in a situation, a very funny situation, like the last the last disciplinary committee I attended, we had a student who had caught up with over 300 rolls of banking.
Okay.
Then he was saying, he was telling me to defend him. How can you defend such a student? At one point, he sees he's a student, you should represent him.
Yeah.
At another point, he's destroying the futures of other students at the university. So you have to balance of what is good. That's where personal decision comes in.
Yeah.
Then you weigh down his ambitions. Then you say you are destroying other people's life. So then you should be punished. Yeah.
Speaking of making personal decisions, when was that time that you had to bend so low, or you had to bend your rules and your principles so that you make a decision as a leader? When was that incident? Or for example, when is that moment that you realized you have to be a leader in a situation?
Okay, there was a time I had some cards, and we had university bursaries, or the USA bursaries we were given. Then I could not follow up for a student to get a bursary, and I knew he was very needy. So at that point, I felt I failed as a leader. So I had to chip in from my pocket and give him, because he was telling me he had only a balance of 4,000. So from there, I had to chip in from my own pocket.
That was so kind of you.
Yeah.
That was being a leader.
Yeah.
That's
because I had failed, I promised him he'd get the bursary. Then I did not secure.
And what has been the best experience you've had during your service as the ELSA chair?
Getting that one person who tells you you're doing good and you're trying, tells you your weaknesses, this one you failed, not really criticizing, positive criticism. Yeah. That is, because that person really believes in leadership. The worst thing that can happen to a leader is when you are doing wrong and people are not correcting you.
Yes.
That means they are wamechoka na wewe.
They're tired. They don't want to chip in and put in their leadership skills.
So when you see them correcting you, they still believe in you.
Sure.
Yeah.
So on the same note, how are students represented in the council? Or how are students represented in the administration? Can you tell us something more about it?
Okay. The problem with university student leadership is the representation.
Sure.
And especially in key university committees which make decisions on behalf of students. Like, okay, for the council, there's no student who sits in the council. There's no student who sits in the university management board. And most decisions brought in Senate are usually made by the special interest committees. Like we have the Dean's Committee, which comes up with the calendar of the university, the academic calendar. So in Senate, it comes as a proposal to discuss. You see, no students sit in the Dean's Committee.
Yes.
And also in the Senate, we have only 2 reps against almost, the composition of Senate is the deans, the CODs, director, the principal, the VC, and the DVC, and the registrars. You see, if they have their own agenda to push, it will easily sail through, because you have only 2 student reps. They're usually a game of numbers, the majority. Yeah.
So most of the time you let's just say this. Most of the time you get decisions that have already been made for you. Now you guys are just middling on it.
Yeah, you argue, but they say let's vote,
because they have the majority.
They have the majority.
Yeah. That is quite a challenge.
Though we pushed for them to increase the students representative in Senate, but they said that is in the statutes. And when you can't review the statutes.
You can't review the statutes.
It's a different committee now. Statutes review committee.
Okay. So speaking of that, it feels like you've really done a lot as a person, as a leader, you're really doing a lot. And first of all, I want to say you are great.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So on that note, I really wanted to hear some of the achievements you've made from that time you're class monitor.
Yeah.
What do you think are the achievements? We make steps. Have you like grown as a person? Have you grown as a leader? Yeah.
Okay, personally, I believe in giving back to the community.
Yes.
Let me not mention the primary because there were little achievements.
Yeah, and you're still growing.
Yeah, I was still growing. I was making mistakes, of course.
Yeah.
In secondary school, I schooled in St. Paul's, Maragua High School. St. Paul's High School in Maragua. And from there, when I was captain of the university, I remember we started something, an organization called Art Free Organization, which is still in place up to today. Then the reason why I started that, we are contributing 100 bob each term to support those needy students.
That's around $1 here in Kenya.
Yeah, so we are contributing 100 bob each term. Then we are checking which students needed the most. Then talk to the principal so that he can identify for us the student and we support them. So the organization grew even after high school. I remember after high school we are visiting children's homes, we are doing street cleanups, helping street children, especially in December, because everybody is focused on their loved ones. And for them, they don't have their loved ones, so we visit them. I remember we visited Thika. There was time we visited a children's home in Rongai, another one in Kabete. So we have done so much, even prisons. Juvenile prisons. Yeah. That is nice school. Yeah. That is nice school. Then in campus, never fight with your classroom because I knew what I want. I wanted to be a congress, then later progress to the SBC.
And he got it.
Yeah. So from there, I pushed someone to be the classroom. Then from there, we started planning and all the congress because I really wanted to inspire my friends, even from the class. I cannot mention names, but there are so many students, even from the faculty, who are really supported where I can, and inspired them, telling them you can, please don't quit, advising them to quit drugs for them, some of them. Yeah. From the congress, what I achieved, I was able to organize so many faculty games so that these students, just for the mental health awareness, so that when you are playing there, you say something about maybe relationship they're going through or something at home. Started faculty associations. You have we call it EWASA, the Iketo University Actuaries.
Oh, yeah.
We have organized so many charity works, even from class level. I remember from my class, these are very special class because we are able to visit a children's home, of which I know most classes have
I've not done. They're not even close.
Actually, don't do that because there's so much into books and computers.
There's a children's home up there, right? I can't remember the name. Lions something.
Yeah, Lions.
Yeah, we visit as a class.
That is so beautiful.
Every semester we organize a social event as a class so that we can interact. The people share. And tunamaliza shule, so we organized a social one, interacted, when Aje class, they spoke. Yeah.
So it was time for you guys to bond all over.
Yeah, we bonded. In fact, that class we really bonded as a class.
That is so beautiful.
And that is something I initiated when we were in 1.1. The first thing we did, we visited Jero Caves, we visited Iketon, the second semester, as a class. Yeah, not as friends, as a class.
It's really beautiful considering not a lot of people, like actually, if you ask most university students, they don't even know names of their classmates. Yeah. Just finish your lectures and go. But for this one, because of the strength of a good leader, you were able to bond, do charity events, make change in the community, and that's beautiful.
And actually, something that I've just learned from that incident, he's just not a politician. He's a leader. He's taking his position in the community. He's representing someone else who's not able to air out their opinions or their contributions towards growing the community. And that is very commendable and shake my faith for that. He deserves that.
I also, from what he has said, I have also noticed that he's still human, beyond being a great leader, beyond sitting in these coffee seats and big boardrooms.
Yeah.
He's a person who wants to help help the friends grow and things in that line. So on that note, I wanted to ask, which experience or what in your term made you shake or made your personal belief feel shaken?
Personal belief is shaken.
Like, what made you feel like, here, I would have not done this, because we are human, and in as much as you've grown through mistakes, you still make mistakes. So what is that one thing that you feel like, right now, if you were given a chance, you'll undo?
Given a chance, I'll undo. You know, I usually forget easily because things.
Yeah.
One thing that I'll undo, I can't really. You know, I have no regrets.
you have lived a life of no regrets.
And I feel like you've done the best that you
living to the fullest. Wow,
That's
that is
nice.
that is really beautiful. So, what challenges have you encountered as a student leader?
Challenges I've encountered, of course, financial challenges. You know, students usually think you have a lot of money. And,
Honestly, I got that until now.
We have money theoretically.
Okay,
Yeah.
I may have money,
Yes.
but you know, for my personal issues, and even maybe to support people back at home. So that makes you sometimes feel low, because a student comes and tell you, okay, remember, let me just say a case.
Okay, it's okay.
This first year student, they were reporting, and there's this girl who came to the dean of students, and she narrated a story. She said at home, it's not peaceful, they are fighting. In fact, when she wanted to come to university, they organized a family meeting, and she came with her certificates. One aunt took her certificates and she had the original certificates, so they fought. So I thought, how can we really help her? So I formed a WhatsApp group to contribute. We contributed within 5 days, because I took her to the registrar. The registrar was willing to register her without the documents because she had photocopies. So from there we contributed, and she said within 5 days you should have the all school fees.
Yeah.
So we contributed, but the amount, we did not get the full amount.
The full amount, yes.
So I felt, you know, if I could have everything, hata ningemlipia to direct person. Yeah. So that is one of the challenges. Sometimes a comrade tells you, you get a text, hello kiongozi, you need some supper. Maybe that time you have only 150 bob. Maybe you have some money somewhere
else.
Yeah, but the one you can dispense easily, maybe you have little amount.
Yes. And speaking of the same, have you lost friends along the way because of your personal point of view of things or how you do things? Have you lost
Or
friends?
when you choose to be a leader?
Yeah, I've lost some friends. You know, for example, when I was elected as a Congress, you know, I rallied students to a common belief of my leadership.
Yeah, sure.
And obviously there are some warmth of expectations over you. So when you get to leadership, something as I said, something you can move mountains. Now they want to bend rule. You know, mtu anashika huko na issue zake, and you know, sometimes you speak to the security team, wanakataa kabisa, then he thinks you are not really helping.
Yeah, you're not helping.
Yeah. So you find from there you lose him as a friend. Okay, not to mention, but when you are campaigning, you know, some girls, they want to associate with Kiongozi. You know.
Yeah.
I know
To
him.
be friends.
I know him.
Yeah.
Niko na namba yake.
Or maybe they want
And
you to date,
yeah.
and you can't date 20 girls at the same time. You have to disappoint some of them.
So how do you
But you have to sometimes.
Yeah, you have to tell them the truth.
Yeah. You just have to make the right decisions, and you have an office to protect at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you just can't engage yourself into a lot of things.
Yeah.
So okay, okay, we've heard from different universities here in Kenya that some of the leaders are being paid or tipped by these leaders out there, these politicians, to do things to like put their interest in the school. For example, a local politician who's representing a county would use leaders to put some interest into the university. Have you met such? Have you encountered such experiences while you were a leader?
Yes, of course. Of course, if not even the outside. You know, even the university have a lot of politics, especially the administration. Usually a lot of politics going on. Or maybe someone doesn't want the VC, so he wants to incite the students to riot against the VC.
So that they can be.
So that maybe the VC can be sacked. So that maybe they hate him. So
or they're tribalist.
Tribalism. And even outside there, the politicians, some of them usually want to push you to their own personal interest. Okay, I've experienced such, but you know, at the end of the day, you must make your own personal decision. Like, for example, if they want to push their own interest, you must see, you represent the student interest, not the politician interest. So if the interests collide, then from there, you can work together. Like, for example, when the university was closed, I was pushing the Nakuru County governor to make a brief statement on the university, of which he made. So from there, now that was our common interest. Both the students and both for the county, because this is a university in Nakuru County. It has employed residents of Nakuru. It is a market for the community. In Nakuru, which the governor still represents. So that was my basis of working.
And to what extremes have they gotten to? Have they sent goons to scare
you or shake your bit?
Not really. Okay, from outside I've not encountered. But what I encountered at the university, you know, there are some people who call themselves cartels. So they have their own interest to push. And you know, they come with money, tell you, push this student center to be open, so that you give me. From there, if you don't, they say that there is a repercussion. I remember a time when I was at Congress, you know, for me, outspoken.
You are.
When I was at Congress, I remember I spoke about something. Someone wanted something somewhere. And I said, this one, no. I was so open about it. So there's a friend there at the gym. He called me, you know, you have been sorted. Each one of us wanted to come and meet you today. And he's my friend. And he's my friend. You know, that time I was residing in Toronto. I had not to sleep in my hostel.
Honestly, I live and run myself.
Of course, I reported at the security. I did not sleep there. Then I followed up with the person. I don't take it personal. I was just speaking my mind.
Line of work.
Line
of work.
Then from there, I said I don't interfere with those.
So on the flip side, obviously you obviously have this person or this shoulder you lean on. So have you gotten that from local politicians who you've worked with? Because obviously you build relationships from your work cell. So have you met those?
Okay, from the union or from the country?
Like generally.
Okay, I have so many people, but I like seeking advice from so many people. I'm one person, despite being the chair, I've never resided outside the university. I was residing inside the university because as I walk to my hostel, I interact with so many people. Who they'll tell me the truth. I remember, like, every minute as I was walking to the career, you meet so many people. They'll tell you, Macau, you are failing us. Macau, do this and this. Macau, we have this challenge. Then from there, I can really know what's going on. So I really wanted to be in touch with them. Or considering the people I was seeking advice from, I really liked my dean at the faculty level. Anytime I got a challenge, especially when it was colliding with the university policies, I had to consult him, and he usually told me the repercussions, and he advised me the good ways to address the issue. I really considered him in many of my chapters. I really considered him in my leadership journey.
So on the same note, consider this question very personal. Are you a believer?
I'm a Christian.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you put your religious point of view or leadership skills on the same road with Christianity, or you just sometimes you cross the roads and say, I'll do this different. I'll not consider
Or church is
myself.
for Sunday.
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
not consider myself as a believer or a Christian. Do you reach those extreme points where you just have to make this decision?
Okay, one thing that really challenged me
Yeah.
in my leadership, it's my Christianity, because I'm a Christian.
Yeah, sure.
And leadership, you are serving people from all walks of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A student will come to tell you I'm a lesbian. No, I'm shocked.
You're not used to these things.
I'm not used to this thing. So they'll tell you, they tell things of which you don't believe in.
Yeah.
You get some of the university, not really university, but some of the policies in Kenya,
Yeah.
which don't really go well with Christian values.
Yes.
I know there are policies, you must follow them. So now, and I usually attend the CU service. I'm really part of the Christian Union.
Yeah.
And now you feel if I make this decision, on Sunday I'll still go to church. How
They view, how they see.
Yeah. And last weekend, Macau was organizing a freshers night, a freshers
Today
bash.
is there praising and worshiping the Lord.
During the week, yes, you can.
Well, okay, so okay, in general, tell us the importance of the student council generally in all campuses here in Kenya. Yeah, what is the importance of this council?
Why do we
Or
even have a student?
Yeah, or association, sorry.
University association is very important in any university.
Sure.
Because, like for example, let me just give an example. Like the example when the university produces the exam timetable.
Sure.
Let's say we have not a classroom. Each student going to the exam timetable.
It's chaotic.
Yeah, it's chaotic.
Yeah.
Tell you that we want this exam, push it next week. Another one comes, push it tomorrow. No, we don't want this.
We don't want this thing.
Leave alone that. Even at class level,
Yes.
if you don't have a classroom, the interaction with the lecturer, everyone calling the lecturer.
Yeah,
We must have someone who is responsible for that.
Yes.
Person who can make decisions on behalf of the others.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can say majority on this one side. Even sometimes majority means the fools on one side.
Yeah.
But as a leader, you must make a decision.
Yeah.
And how can we say this is the majority? If the majority are 40 and the other one are 30, then majority are the 30 plus 30, that is 60. Those who are opposing that decision. So that's why you have a leader who should make decisions on behalf of the others and who can pass their aspirations to the administration.
So, okay, obviously you have goal set and you have things in place for yourself. So, next 1 year, 2 years, I don't know, I'll not give you time limits, but yes.
Or you just said, together with this leader.
Yeah.
Now that you're outgoing.
Okay, as I said earlier, and considered this year, I did not want to really do politics. But if you find yourself in a situation, politics following you. Because as we speak, I'm the one who is leading youth in Mutula Kilonzo Junior camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really a politician.
Yeah.
I want to be a leader, maybe a corporate leader, a CEO who is inspiring Kenya, leading a very key company or a very key government parastatal. Maybe later I'll consider being a politician.
Sure.
Okay, so beyond you being a leader, beyond you doing everything you're doing, you're a person.
Yeah.
So how do you strike a balance between your personal lives, okay, on behalf of leaders? How do you strike a balance between your personal life, your schoolwork, some people work, you work, so how do you do it?
First, I'm a student.
Yes.
That is the thing that made me a student leader.
Yeah.
And I usually make sure I attend my classes fully, unless there's a meeting I'm attending, which I cannot send a representative. But if I can delegate, I usually send someone. The other thing, when I was a student, because now I'm not a student, I was waking up at 4 every day, except on Sundays because I was attending a church service. So that way, 4 in the morning, I read. Sometimes attend some morning devotion in arena. Sometimes when I feel like.
You insisted on sometimes.
Not judging.
No, I want to be true.
Yes, sometimes.
I want to be true. Sometimes I attend. Then during the day, I attend the classes, have discussion groups. You know, I miss some classes, so the discussion groups usually help me. They usually like lectures to me because they help me understand the concept I missed in class. Maybe on weekends, I usually arrange some social events at time so that I can interact with other people, especially with friends. That's why I balance my life.
And you know, you literally teach yourself, or you know that every single thing you have is important.
I have a personal timetable which I write every evening because you know things keep changing. Like by evening, I usually know what I want to do the following day. So maybe I write down, stick a note maybe, or maybe reminder maybe in my phone. So that I can know what I'm supposed to do and the goals I want to achieve. In fact, for me personally, if you check my personal notebook, I've written everything I want to do because I believe in something that is written.
Oh yes.
I read somewhere the first step to achieving a goal is writing it down.
That's very fast.
Wow. So from everything I'm hearing, you're an organized and goal-oriented person. Wow.
Yes, and that's key. You should be disciplined as a leader. You should put strategies and do them as planned. Just don't write and be a mediocre leader.
Wow.
Anyway,
slaps hard.
But don't be a leader. So who is your aspiring? Okay, who is your mentor? Who are you aspiring to be like? Who's that person that challenges you and pushes you to being like them?
You reach aspect of
Leadership.
Yes.
There's someone called Peter Quest.
Okay, tell us more about him.
From Kenya School of Government. It's a person
Peter West.
Yes. It's a person I've interacted with. He's a very personal friend to me. So I usually look up to him, what he does. He really inspires me.
Sure.
He really inspires
In many ways.
In many ways.
Can you highlight them a little bit?
A little bit. We will tag Peter Quest from this. He has to say this.
A little bit. Tell us something.
You know, I like how, you know, I told you earlier, I like giving back to the community.
Yes.
So I like how he inspires the young generation at his workplace. How the project he does. You know, I usually follow you up in social media, even in WhatsApp.
Okay.
I like how he believes in what he's doing. Ile kujiamini.
Yes. When I grow up, I want to be like you. Who wants to be like him?
So we have had a very interactive segment. Episode. So before we finish, what advice are you going to give to young people who are aspiring to be student leaders, who are aspiring to get where you are as it's now?
First thing, they should identify their strengths. Second, get friends. Not friends propelling to your goals. Because for me, were it not for my friends, I could not be a leader. Because at personal level, I mentioned earlier, at personal level, even for my class, I inspired so many people in class. So, to an extent, they believed in me, so they thought if I get a platform, I'll serve other people. So friends really pushed my dream. The close friends I had. The other thing, goals. What do you want? You know, there are some people who want to be leaders, so that you know they can reach so many women, they can get so many
recognition,
men, so
image,
so get money, fame. Have goals.
So you've said have goals. Right friends.
Right friends, not just friends.
Right friends.
In fact, I have 2 friends.
Wow. Okay, Michael has officially remove that from the list of friends.
No, not really.
But it's okay. We will just talk later.
We
over
knew
tea.
regardless.
So guys, we have had an amazing episode, just the way I told you. We have learned a lot. Personally, I've learned a lot about Macau as a person, about leadership in general, and university student leadership.
Yes.
And I also hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Please leave a message or a comment at the comment sector. Tell us what you feel about leadership. Tell us what you've learned. Tell us what we should have said or what you feel like we should add. And through that, we're going to empower ourselves. And you there, you're a young leader. Do the right thing at the right time, at the right place. Do the very important thing that you feel like it's going to represent you as a leader in society. Yes.
So don't forget to share, and share.
And shout outs to our friend Macau.
You have met Macau.
Yes.
So basically, this is love and kisses from Media One International.
Yes.
Bye.
Cheers. Until next time.